It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. We all love Jamo. Blah, 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 Fred but Joe.
Colossal Jamoke, sir. Welcome to the Off-Air Podcast. I am Liam. Ben.
Hello there.
Belle.
Hello.
Producer Andy.
Present.
Producer Brody.
Oh, yeah.
Producer
Brody.
Tom. Sadly, no longer on the
No,
team.
you wouldn't even say his name though, because he's not on the team
yeah,
anymore.
he's
I
not
was
on the
doing a
team.
bit. I was doing a bit.
That's the last time.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't do it again. Jack.
Hi.
Hello. And Scudder.
Present.
Okay, members of the team are present. This is an off-air podcast to go over radio's Night of Nights, all the behind-the-scenes action of the ACRA Awards, which went down in Sydney on Saturday. Long event. Got to say, long event.
Too long.
Yeah, I think most would say too long.
Andy
for
and
sure.
I
So who was there
actually,
first
Andy
off?
and I ducked back to the hotel and then came back during
Yeah.
the ceremony.
Really?
Still
Yeah, I
hadn't
know.
finished.
Belle did a shoe change.
I
respect
did.
that.
I went to ditch the heels and put my sneakers on.
I thought at one point, because we were up for a team award for the Andy, Lee and Belle's Room, which was cool. We won Best Comedy Segment, which was fun. But Belle was up for an individual award for Best Newcomer. Andy was up for Best Producer. And unfortunately, they didn't win those awards.
Jack
was also up, but
Yeah, but
not through
No,
Nova.
it's
No,
that's
well, we didn't
that's
have
not
the
work.
radio
Yeah,
station.
doesn't count.
Different
Different
stations.
stations.
It's a personal award. I'm like, who?
Okay,
Did you win, Jack?
Let me ask you-
Well,
let me ask you a
everyone's
question.
going on about how everyone lost, and I feel weirdly annoyed that I'm not in the you lost too argument.
Well,
I'd rather
let me ask you a question. Who had you arranged to go get your award if you did win?
I had arranged for either.
No. Who was going to be the one to... Because you weren't going to have three people walk up. Who was the final person that had the instruction?
It's a good question.
Well, the final person was probably going to be Ben and Liam, but
But you didn't tell them about that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
yes, you did.
I passed it on to you.
Oh, I don't
Never
remember seeing that
told-
across my
I-
head.
said to you-
I was
said if
never
Jack
told
wins,
that.
We are going to go up, but I also put myself in that. I said we're going to
okay.
all go up and collect it on Jack's
Did
behalf.
Jack tell you to do that?
I said
Yes.
that if
Well, no one
Belle
told me
won
that.
That would've been
hers-
So I would have been sprung in the moment because I didn't know that was a thing.
I had a few. I knew this kind of thing was going to happen. First of all, knew I wasn't going to win, but I also had a backup to go get it, and it was someone from another radio
See,
station.
this is
See,
the
that's
thing.
why
We
we
could have
put
been
you on this
fighting
job.
over it,
That's
you
the
know?
thing. That's what
Well,
I thought.
I
I
thought-
also
yeah.
told like another seven people that they could go take, and it was kind of planning some chaos.
That is people walking up. That's actually a great bit.
When Andy and Belle left, I thought there was some harumping on the cards. I was like, oh no, they've left. It was just like, nah, stuff this.
My contact lens fell out, and
Yes,
I could only see half the room.
Right. It's probably not the worst. Probably not the worst thing in the world.
You felt like Bill Jackson that night.
He literally said that to me as we were walking out. He said, "Oh, this is what you feel like when you get a migraine." I said, "Yeah, good luck."
yeah, I didn't harump about it though.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. The whole time you were walking out, you're like, "Oh, can't see. Oh, I'm going to run into things." Oh.
When you
Was
guys
it-
did
was it
win,
matter of fact?
what did you say during your speech? Because we obviously
No,
weren't
no
there.
speech.
No
No
speech.
speech.
No
No
speech.
speech.
So only like very specific awards get the speech. So it's like Team of the Year and Individual Talent of the Year, and then like the people in the Hall of Fame. Because
And let's be honest, I feel like if you were going to give a speech to anyone, probably funniest comedy segment, you would think get a speech because clearly they've got a sense of humour.
What?
But
And
no,
you're
no
saying
speech.
we would have a bit?
I'm not saying we'd have a bit, but I'm saying we might add a bit of humour.
It's funny though. So I think we were like
And now it's the big one, comedy segment.
Award-winning comedians.
the big
actually,
gong. So we had a table like next to the stage, but the stage had like a long, like
Catwalk.
yeah, like long catwalk. And I think when we got the award, we didn't get up on the catwalk. We played it cool, went down the side of the catwalk, and then came
Even
up
though
on
we
stage.
said we would take the catwalk.
No, I never said that.
Well, Liam said.
No, Liam brought it up, and I said no. We'd just go side of stage.
Well, I said to
Because
Liam,
for
"Are we going
me-
to take the catwalk?" And he said, "Yeah."
Well, then you should have taken the catwalk.
That's why I looked at you guys and said, "Canada," and
And
you
I
were
said
like,
no.
"Nah." And Ben
Yeah,
just went
you could have.
to the
Don't let me
side of
stop
the
you.
stage.
Anyway.
I thought it was dramatic to go out of our way to go around and go up the catwalk.
But they said,
It's
"Could
funny
you
though.
use it,
Some
please?"
people they sort of like walk up and they're like, haha, and then other people, like do like cartwheels and like really.
Yeah.
And then there was that one girl who was like walking really slowly, and I love Joel Creasy called her out because he was hosting at the time. He was like, how confident to walk so slowly, like, because most people are like a bit awkward, like they run like they want to keep the event going. So it's like get up there, get your award, see you later. But yeah, some people were acting like they just want to.
See, for me, people who were doing that were people that will never.
Golden Globe.
That was their one and only they'll ever win. Whereas for me, it was like cooler to go side of the stage because we'll win many more.
Oh.
You know what I mean? There's many more.
I thought Tim and Joel were very funny.
They were very good. They were very good.
So you guys won. You didn't take the catwalk. You went on stage. Best comedy segment, and then 2 awards later was the award that I was up for, which was best radio show producer, and
weren't there.
All of my friends were not there.
Were you literally on the table by yourself?
Awkward. No, there's other people on the table, but
there was other people on the table, but
but no one from this circle now.
So what happens is because they take you out. So that this is the thing behind the scenes. The award you get on stage isn't the real award. That's a dummy award that a model gives you. And then you go backstage, and then they give you and they were, and then they give you like the real one with your name on it. And then you go around, and then they get some like photos and stuff, and then there's like an interview that will probably never see the light of day because I don't know. I don't know what that's
for radioinfo.com for anyone who
I
wants
thought
to
it was Radio Today.
Nah, it's Radio Info.
Yeah,
It's the
poor cousin of Radio Today. Also, it really took the shine off quick. But we're like, hell yeah, man! Like we're up. There was some roosters in our. I thought Will and Woody were probably a shoe in. They did a great bit. Rude Jude this year. So we were stoked to get the win. And we were really put back to earth quickly when the radio info lady was like, "Oh my god, it's you guys, Canberra, right?" And we were like,
no.
Ben Liebenbell, Melbourne breakfast
Oh,
show.
you know what? Just sorry, really quickly, just on what we're talking about there. So I mentioned Radio Info, and Liam, you said they'll never see the light of day. If you go on Radio Info, they've got a SoundCloud link.
No way.
And they've got 67 interviews uploaded to their SoundCloud link, and you can individually listen to each person.
Should we listen to our post award win?
Please. Yeah, if you want.
Let's do that. Well, crux of the story was.
Should we listen to best new on-air talent, Metro, Laura?
Yeah.
Or Lauren, as Belle called her.
I know her name's Laura.
I know.
You said Lauren this morning.
We don't need to
just
listen to that.
for the record, Loz is a friend of Ben and myself.
And she's very
and he was
She was
Jack,
the other
true.
person that was allowed to pick up my award.
Oh, there you go. Well, I would say
If you'd done that, Jack, I would have actually killed you.
she, like someone who has worked hard and worked her way up in radio. So, like, I would be obviously stoked for you, Belle, but also like she's a good winner. Like, she's not like it's not like she's been in radio for 5 minutes and she's good. And you're great as well, but like, I'm just saying, it's like it's a good person to lose the award to. If that makes it better.
Everyone got around you when you lost because all your friends were there, and your vanity got in the way of me having support.
And they remembered you were up.
You were getting photographs taken when I was sitting there by myself. If I had, I'm glad I didn't win, because if I had have won, and the guy that won, Ben Forden's producer, the most influential radio show in Australia, I get it. And talk radio producers work very hard, I know. If I had have won, it would have been miserable that you three weren't there.
And I totally agree, Andy. Hence, I was going, all right, guys, let's go back in. And these two were like, I need to wait. I need to go to the toilet.
Your mouth, Belle.
Sure,
That's
radio
exactly
today.
No,
Who was the first one to come back to the table, Andy?
Belle, you wanted to go back to the media wall to get more photos with the award. I was the one
don't
saying,
remember you-
I definitely said, let's get back because I don't want to miss Andy's award.
To be
I
fair,
think
we
you
were
did too,
harangued.
but-
We were harangued by someone in the industry
Who
were held-
awkwardly Liam did not recognise.
Yeah,
who
shit.
definitely
Yeah, no.
you
It's
should have.
Fez, yeah.
Fez, yes.
I was like, "What's your name again?" And I was like, yeah.
He's like, I'm Fez. I've worked with you. Well,
Well,
Triple J
I don't
days."
think Fez and I like he was nice, and then it was sort of coming back to me as like, but yeah,
But you wouldn't have. Only I emailed and everything with
yeah,
him.
yeah,
because
I
he
didn't
works
have
at the
that
label
much
and
to do.
he organised
I'm
the
still
interviews.
friends with some of the label people from.
No, clearly not. But
Well, but yeah, me and I was saying I didn't have as much of a close relationship with him. I also, to be honest, I thought you were coming up with us. Like I thought you would have come up with us for the thing, and like
Also
obviously,
good that you didn't,
Yeah,
because
because
if you
if you
did and then you won, you wouldn't have been back in time.
Yeah. Well,
but we did think you were coming up as well, and then you weren't there.
Well,
and I was like,
that wasn't
But
discussed. It's like Jack.
I came back to the table first, did I not?
I actually think
You-
Ben did.
No,
No,
to be,
they both
no,
went
no,
to
we went
wait.
to
I,
wait.
I did go
yes,
do a
right,
wee.
Yes.
And I came back and I put the Acra right in front of you, Andy, and I said,
Yes.
there you go.
But if you just wanted all the glory of bringing the Acro back. If we didn't spend so much time,
anything
if we
right.
didn't spend so much time on the media wall getting unnecessary photos, I could have weed and been back in time for Andy.
Can I give a hot take about our Acra win?
Certainly.
yeah.
I think we had a brilliant segment, and it was I think deserved the award, and I'm glad that we won a team award that has a lot of people's names on it. It does feel a little bit to me like if you're the South Melbourne Soccer Club and you get Lionel Messi playing for you, and you win the trophy, having Andy
having-
Lee
Yeah, it's true.
gives it a lot of credibility.
It's probably seeing his name on the list. They're like, is that the guy from Hamish and Andy? Win.
Absolutely.
Should we watch the video and listen to the audio? Nah.
Win.
Well, speaking of audio, should we listen to our interview?
No, it's not working. I've got the audio
Classic-
up.
Classic
but it's
radio
not-
info.
Liam, do you reckon you said that they have a prop Acra?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's the same prop Acra for every time they give it to someone?
Yeah,
Yes.
I believe it
Well,
is.
they'd have
so
two.
it had the
They'd probably
greasy
have
mitts
two
of everyone
so that
over.
they just alternate.
Yeah, so the bottom has
Yeah.
like it's an acro, but there's nothing on the bottom of it, and then you give that back, and then you go around the corner, and then
And they
there's
just
a
give it to-
guy who's sticking the plaques on. So it's not engraved; it's like a plaque, and they stick it on.
Bro, a good win for you too, Brody Seth, because you were the one who was arranging that with Andy Lee and getting him in the
Yeah.
spot that he needed to be. And I feel a bit guilty that the entire team wasn't there. It's like one of those things that like, yeah, not everyone gets to go, but I think next year we should. I'd like to have a big team table. That'd be nice.
That'd be fun.
It'll be
Well,
fun.
we got to pay for that then.
Yeah, but like, that's what I'm saying.
We
That's
could
what
do-
I'm
we'll get
We all
proposing.
split it.
in our own fields.
Yeah, we've all got to get
Or
involved.
that too.
I
Yeah,
think,
bro,
I
you
think,
got to
audio
put
not-
yourself
I think it'd be a
on.
lot more fun with like just your whole team. You know what I mean?
Totally.
The whole crew out here.
Order of business.
Yes, sir.
Which is a story that we heard on Acra Weekend. So I want to play a bit of audio from the 13th of July this year, the Off-Air podcast.
Okay.
Have a listen. I have an order of business, and it's
Oh, yes,
it's a
Andy.
gripe with Bell.
What have I done now?
You
That's very off air.
Okay, nah, I'm honestly being. Can we not? Please, no.
I think we can
So,
talk
sorry,
about
sir.
it.
You said 13th of July. 13th of
13th of
January.
Sorry,
January.
I was going to say that was much earlier
Yeah,
in the
I-
year.
My
Very,
mistake.
very rare that we would ever beep something in an
Yes.
off-air podcast. I believe probably only ever happened twice.
Oh,
Yes, there was the one like a couple weeks ago. And there was
Yeah.
one at the very start of the year.
Yeah.
And I would like to say in 6 months that we'll tell you what the one was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
Yeah, probably,
enough.
yeah.
The statute of limitations has passed, and I feel like we can.
it's very much like
Get into the
unsealing documents. You know, it's like
Yeah.
you've got there's suppression orders and that sort of
Declassified.
and you're fighting and you're fighting and you're fighting and you know obviously normally we get these files. We don't like this. The off-air podcast is supposed to be all off-air, and when there's black bits redacted
Yeah.
and it's we're not giving you the full experience. And I think we protected the witness Belle Jackson in that scenario because we didn't want her getting harmed by the person we was speaking about. But yeah, no, I think that person has waived their right to be censored and protected.
Any
And
objection, Bell?
Nah.
Reveal the sources.
Do you want to
I'm
do it?
happy to do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Which can I say just quickly before you do to the people listening? They're not gonna know the name.
That's the thing. It's
I'm
not
so excited because I
No,
was
dude,
there.
it's not even like an exciting. Well, it's a very like.
You've been
Us
harping
problem.
about this for no
and
reason.
for good reason.
No.
Good
Continue
reason,
to do
sirs.
so until my final breath on this earth.
No blessings on that person's house.
No blessings upon that
Jamoke.
house. Oh, well, I wouldn't refer to the man as a jamoke. I mean, it's still a nice guy, but
I love the guy.
Certainly colossal jamoky behaviour. You know.
Go on,
He's a
Bill.
nice guy.
Go on then.
Jamoke isn't that big an insult either, by the way.
I don't even know what that means. So a friend of mine in the industry, Keegs, he dear guy, and he did on Friday. We went for drinks. Him, me, and then another
I feel
guy,
like you're
Buzz.
explaining it wrong. I feel like you got to
Yeah,
get
no,
back.
I'm trying to
yeah,
can we
just do it?
Can we do it?
I'm taking it from you.
Yeah, no, you butchered it.
Andy's
Who wants, you're giving us the radio info version. We're going to do the radio today version.
Who wants Ben and Liam to do it? Say aye. Aye. All oppose? All right, boys.
Right. So there's this guy, Keegs, right? He's worked in radio for a long time. He started this thing called Audata, which every radio station uses. And it's basically like, if someone's like, hey, I've invented PayPal. And, it's like, wow, you're obviously going to make money from that. He's very successful, very nice guy, but he has basically invented the program that we keep track of all the prizes. So when you win a prize on the radio, we know, oh, you won a prize 2 weeks ago, so you're probably not going to win now. So we can spread it around. It's a smart thing.
Sounds simple, but it didn't exist. It was a hole in the market. He made it and made an absolute killing off it.
He's
Yeah.
a big radio guy as well. He also moonlights at Nova doing on-air stuff.
Yeah, and
he loves radio.
He's a nice dude, and but obviously like
Very well off.
very well off. And when we were doing our show in Sydney, like at the start of the year for a little bit, we heard through Bell that Keegs wanted to take us out for a lunch on the All Data card.
Which is lovely.
A company
Because we're
lunch.
clients.
Because
And
we're clients.
Bell
of-
kept. I reckon you brought it up 3 or 4 times. You're like, "Hey, Kiggs wants
He's
to get
going to
lunch.
pay for it.
Kiggs
He's
wants to
going
get
to
lunch."
Yeah.
get whatever
And
you
we were
want.
like,
Order
yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah, so that was what was being told to us.
So very much like your friend, we've not met the guy. Glad I have, once again, nice guy. But we were very much there under the guise of a free lunch.
That was what lured us in to the restaurant.
So we sat down with Keegs. I enjoyed many a wine from the bottom of the list.
May have been some oysters.
There was oysters being thrown around, of course, like
We
they were going out of
indulged.
fashion.
Yeah.
We
Freshly
indulged. The steak I had I would not have bought with my own money, but my goodness,
When
it
it's on
was-
All Data's card.
That's it. It's all data. You know what I mean?
And
It's
it's a
like
big
it sort of
guy.
basically feels like it's like, wow, it's just so much money there that it's like whatever. Like it's like who cares?
Infinite.
Let's live it. Live it up, baby. And we were talking about how good the program is, and and he doesn't rub it in. By the way, he's not like, oh yeah, I've made so much money. It's just more
He's
like
very
everyone.
modest.
Yeah, he's modest.
Really modest.
but everyone knows. Anyway,
Just hurry up and get to
so I think
We're telling the
I
story.
think you see where it's going. So we're living. I think we even got the desserts, didn't we, boys? We got the dessert.
Yeah, I had a meringue pie.
Had a nice, we were at the Darling Harbour there, a nice Italian restaurant, Bayer, I believe it was. And of course, when it got time to pay, Keegs was a little shy with the All Data card. Little shy. We were sort of very much like waiting for it to be pulled out as it was previously promised. And there was a little bit of just
There's a bit of a dance.
awkward confusion. It was a bit of like back scratching and just tightened assholes. And then I think one of us got our
Me.
card. Ben did,
Yeah.
and then we all sort of. Or did we
Split
pay? So Ben, you paid for
I
us.
paid, and
And
then
then
I
we all
believe you guys
We all
transferred me.
transferred. Ben, Keegs paid for his specific. So when he said, "I'll take you out on the All Data card," he meant I'm going to use the All Data card, and you guys pay for your own lunch. And then. What the reason why we redacted that is because we're like, well, we shouldn't expect free lunch anyway, and it's probably rude to the guy to. I know we've really
Yes.
gone in deep
Yeah.
now, but the reason this is being brought up is because Bell was out on Friday night with Keegs, another guy, Buzz, who works in radio, and Keegs was saying to Buzz about the lovely lunch he gave us on the All Data card, and
Literally.
And I
yes.
stepped in and said, Keegs, that's very untrue. We all split it. You did not pay. And he was like, really? And I said, yes.
It's been the
And
biggest point of
pulled him
contention
up
this
on it.
year.
And then I did say it's been a point of contention actually between the team.
A point of contention is the understatement
Of
of the
the
century.
year.
Well, he-
Bell was
he
dragged
very
over the
funny, and he
coals.
was like, "Oh my god, that's so embarrassing." He said, "I'm so sorry, but yeah, I swear I thought I did."
He
And I
thought
was like,
that was
"You didn't."
embarrassing. Wait till he hears this.
What? Oh well, this yes. But then you guys missed out because I had many a cocktail on Friday night, and he covered it all on the All Data card, and it was very
Doesn't
nice.
help me.
I am sick to my stomach at the thought of how many people he's told he took it.
There was this hard
none of that
sweat on
is
my
stuff?
brow doing radio every day, waking up early. I had to use my own hard-earned money to buy those oysters, and that is a crying shame.
Little subplot, may
Yes.
I add?
Yes.
I have been out for lunch on the All Data card.
You're shitting me, Brody.
Oh.
He flings it around. He flings it around like it's going out of
with
fashion.
one of his employees said, "I'll take you out for lunch on the All Data card."
Oh, well, we've heard a lot of talk about the All
Brody, join
Data
the club
card.
on the All Data card.
We've never reaped the rewards. I feel like as punishment, Keegs should be made to take us all out, the entire team, on the All Data card.
The only way.
And the only way we will redact
only
this
way
file.
we'll redact the file and
And-
praise his name.
It will remain unredacted until our
like that.
until
You can't
our
have it unredacted
demand.
and then redacted.
No, well, yeah, it's like, but like, so
We
if
will
he
come
hears this
on-
within 24 hours,
Yeah.
we'll redact it.
No, we won't redact it, but we will come on and sing his praises.
It's true.
As a man of honour.
We will not muddy the name of. Imagine if this became like a proper thing with like guys like All Data rules. Like, you've constantly
The only way he can restore his house's honour is if he makes good on his wrong.
Yes.
So
He has made good.
No,
He
not
bought
with me,
cocktails.
hasn't
So.
Well, yeah, Bell,
That
you don't have to
annoyed me
come to the
even
lunch.
more.
You don't have to come to the lunch, but
in fact, you're not allowed to come to lunch.
we're,
No,
we're
you've already
definitely
got
owed.
yours. You
We are
get your
definitely
share.
owed.
Brody can't come either.
What I will also say is,
Um,
I feel bad that I can remember having a conversation with Keegs at said lunch that I paid for with my own blood, sweat, and tears. Even though that wasn't the previously made promise. I remember he said how annoying it was that they spent a lot of money at last year's ACRAs to be a sponsor or data, and the presenter said,
Spell AU data.
so it's like Australian data.
But it's one
like,
word. And you
Yeah.
read
It's one
it as
word,
data.
yeah.
It's all data.
It's all data, yeah.
And then the presenter said AU data. And he was like, Jesus. And obviously you don't work in radio if you don't know it's called all data. Like everyone knows that.
Yep.
He obviously paid for 2 segments this year to right the wrongs. Both different presenters said AU data.
No.
You know, actually, I think 3 times it
Yeah.
was said AU data.
No.
Like everyone was saying AU data. So he must just be in the back of the room like, God damn it.
But that's
ridiculous.
that's on the ACRAs for in the teleprompter, not specifically
No, but-
spelling
yeah,
it properly.
I guess
Yeah.
so, because I guess, but you guys know it's called that as presenters. I know because I use that program for
Yeah, but you can't
years.
take that risk
Program.
of someone who's giving the award to not know
no,
that.
Do you know why I know the name of it? It's because it's the very top of my list in my burn book.
Yeah, I'll call that karma of the people getting the name wrong.
Oh, for your lunch, get over it.
I'm giving the guy life.
How much? How much was your pecan pie, Andy? It would have been like
that's on
$40,
you.
I reckon. This restaurant, you know, we picked it specifically to rort the system.
I've never paid more money in my whole life for food. You know,
Incredible.
That's your problem.
Unfathomable amounts of cash.
I'm able to be bought if he extends a lunch.
Ben.
yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Oh, you just gave him life. You just gave him life.
He's got opportunity for parole.
I'm giving him life. Oh, are you going to get ahead of this and send this to Geeks?
No, absolutely not.
Do you think he'll find? He'll
Definitely,
He
he'll
won't- be
definitely
alright
hear
about
it.
He'll be
If
alright
someone will
about
tell him about it, he'll listen to
Well,
it.
Keegs, if you're listening.
Yeah, Keegs, if you're listening, mate,
Do appreciate it.
No, great guy. Buy his lunch.
Or what I will say, one more, and I don't want to. No, you know what? I'm not even going to throw that out there. No,
Don't do that.
No,
I
I was,
redacted before
What?
it came
Throw it out
out.
Don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Well, now
If
I'm
it-
intrigued.
No, well, what I was going to say is it doesn't really make sense because of the Friday conversation. But, you know, is there a chance that Belle just wanted company at her lunch and he just said, do you want to go for lunch? And then she was telling us, like, adding a bit of mayo and saying, yeah, it's like all free, like he'll put it on the work card.
Yeah.
So then we would all come to the lunch together and spend time with you.
Is Belle
I've
guilty?
known
lunch.
him for years. I don't need you.
Well, do we
give
need to see the messages? I mean, if we're going this hard, do we need to see the like in writing? Him saying in January this year, I will take you out on the all data card. You, Ben, Liam, Andy. Do we? You know, because you know to throw so much shade at someone, call them and their business and their livelihood, you know, jamoke and these sorts of things. Like, do we need to have hard evidence
Yeah.
before?
It'd be
But then
huge.
was Bell assuming, and then there's.
To be fair, though,
He did also say-
in Bell's defence, he
I
did
don't
say,
have the
yeah. Well, he
messages.
said though,
He's been out in the wild telling people
Yeah.
he's paid for that lunch.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like, so many people came up to me at the Acros and they're like, "Are you those guys that got taken out to that all data lunch?"
And you had to pay for it?
January
The
13th.
infamous order.
with a laughing
Get
stock
over
of the
it.
industry.
Absolute laughing stock. Absolute laughing stock. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, how many people like?
Oh my god, let it go.
Gee, sensitive.
You've had your time now. All right.
I haven't had my free lunch.
Well, should have come to drinks with me on Friday night then.
I
It's a
wasn't
lunch
there.
for lunch.
Yeah.
Eye for an eye.
Good.
All right.
I
Clave,
fill it for an
whatever
eye
it is.
fillet. Do we have the second clave? I can only see one.
One carve.
Oh, no.
Anyone not clave?
We're not let the end.
Oh,
Can't finish it.
Yeah.
Is it in the?
But actually doing a job? Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
Awesome.
awesome.
All right,
Cool.
clave away.
Yeah.
Quab away.
It is a clave with
I
an
know,
L.
I know, but I'm saying quab
Clav,
away.
yeah.
Like, it's just it works.
Yeah,
Clave
clave
away.
away.
Yeah, clav away, I guess. Yeah.